Greg that night that something was off. He said his mom was just anxious about the baby and trying to help. He asked me to give her a break, so I did. The next morning, I woke up to voices downstairs. Diane was on the phone talking to someone. I heard her say my name, so I stopped on the stairs to listen. She was telling whoever it was that I wasn't eating enough and the baby was measuring small. Both lies. She said Greg was worried about me but didn't know how to say it. Also a lie. Then she said maybe they should consider taking the baby after it was born, because I clearly wasn't stable enough to be a mother. She said my anxiety medication proved I had mental problems. I walked down and asked who she was talking to. She hung up fast and said it was her sister. I asked why she was lying about me. She said she wasn't lying and that I was being paranoid. I told her to get out of my house. She refused, said she promised Greg she'd take care of me and she wasn't leaving. I called Greg at work and told him what happened. He came home early. Diane told him I was being hormonal and irrational. She actually used those words. Greg asked what the phone call was about. She said I was making it up. I grabbed her phone off the counter and opened her recent calls. The last one was to Child Protective Services. I just stared at the screen. She'd actually called CPS on me while living in my house. Greg lost it. Started yelling at her, asking what she was thinking. Diane said she was protecting her grandchild from an unfit mother. She brought up the medication again and said I'd been acting erratic. Greg told her to pack her stuff and leave. She tried arguing, but he wasn't hearing it. She packed up crying and saying we'd regret this, that she was only trying to help. She left and I just sat there shaking. 2 days later, a CPS worker showed up. Someone had filed a report claiming I was abusing drugs and planning to neglect the baby. They interviewed me and Greg, checked the house, looked at my medical records. The whole thing was humiliating. The worker figured out pretty quick it was bogus and closed the case, but it's on file now forever.